Here's the repo. You can clone it. You can go over the steps of like learning what Raj explained. But for the demo, I'm going to concentrate on the last step, which is like creating a CRD abstraction using the sandbox project from the Kubernetes SIG. In this case, a sandbox template and the worm pool. So pods are already created to be taken, and we show the concept of a claim. For this, we're going to use, in the project, you can clone it. You get a template that you can clone. And then in the spec.md, you basically put all the specifications that you want in your web app. For testing purposes, we created one. So here's our spec.md. And over the last few weeks, we've been working on this project and presentation. And we created like a series of features, like a landing page, facts, concepts about this talk, and the concepts that we're like talking about. And we wanted to test if the agents were able to develop and review the code in GitHub and get us the page created. And this is the page that they work together over a bunch of pull requests. If we go back to the pull requests, these are the interactions between agents, developer agent and review agent. And this is the website. It has the facts, it has architecture, it has the last feature was a quiz that was done today. And if we want to add something just to show how it works, I can go to the repo and open a new issue. So for example, if I want to say that I want the link on the homepage to this repo, I think I didn't see it there. I can say feature add link to the GitHub repo on the homepage, right? And we can put that the link is this one, right? And we can put the same thing in here. Add a link to the GitHub. Add a link on the homepage, I should say, right? On the home page that points to the GitHub project. I cannot type GitHub project. And then we'll add that at the top so it reads correctly for the agent. Let's create that issue, and then let's move to code. So in the code, we're going to create 3 CRDs. We're using the Crow project to create the resource graph definition that creates a CRD on the fly. Then we create our custom resources. The one in the middle is the one that you pay attention, is the Cloud Code sandbox template. When I create this CR, it will create a sandbox template, and it will create a worm pool that points to that sandbox template. And then the template has all the configuration about Cloud Code, the config maps, and the secrets. And then it will create 5 pods to be ready to be taken by one of the claims. And we're going to show the concept of sandbox claim that the dispatcher, in this case, a developer, or a recurring task like a cron job, a reviewer can run and claim one of those pods. So to get started, let's go to the terminal. And then give me one of my cheat sheets here. So we're going to create, the first thing is that template CR. So if we keep ctl apply, and then how it looks like, this is the CRD that I created, right? A Cloud Code sandbox template. I give it a name, how many replicas I want for the worm pool, the credentials that I want to attach, and then the concept of that proxy of like injecting the secrets of the GitHub token. And in this case, I'm using Bedrock as Anthropic API, but you can use your Anthropic API key and also adjust this to run anything that you want, open code, codecs, any harness that you need. I'm just using Cloud Code as the example because a lot of people have been asking us how to run that in Kubernetes. So with that created, this thing created a kget sandbox templates is there, kget sandbox worm pool is there with 5 pods. So we should have 5 pods. So 5 pods are ready to go. Now we want to create the developer. So let's look at how the developer looks like. That's a different CRD. It's a Cloud Code agent task. It doesn't have to be a developer. It could be any task that you want to run and with any prompt that you want. So in this case, I'm giving a prompt of saying, go to this GitHub repo, given an environment variable, look at the open issues, then on purpose, leaves tests out so the reviewer can point out that you left tests out, kind of make it interactive. Open a look at any open PRs that you open that needs attention. And lastly, if there's a feature missing in the spec.md, I could just add a feature to the spec.md to do that, and it will handle it. So that's it. So let's apply this. Let's go here and apply this, and we'll see what it will spin up. So in this case, we apply that CRD get cloud code agent task, right? It's there, and then this should have been created a sandbox claim, and the sandbox claim actually is asking in the spec, right? It's asking that I want one of those pods that using this sandbox template reference that we created, and let's see if it got one attached. It should have got one attached already. So it got one of the pods assigned. So that's the one that is running. So now we should have 6 pods because one is taken and the worm pool always wants to keep 5. So while that runs, the Cloud Code will look at the issue, right? It will look at the issue and then open a pull request. Then we'll launch a reviewer, and then we'll see how the reviewer interacts with the PR, and then back and forth until the feature gets implemented. Let's give it a minute. Well, a few seconds. I'll pause and come back. It looks like the something got pushed to a branch. Let's refresh to see we get a pull request. That's the pull request from the agent. Let's look what it did and the changes. And it should not have tests on purpose because we want the reviewer to do it. So let's go to the reviewer now. If we go back to the reviewer, we pick up the reviewing routine, and then this is a CRD, Cloud Code Agent Routine. Almost identical. The only thing that it takes is the schedule. I could have just created one CRD. I created 2 just to show examples. And then this one runs every 10 minutes or every 1 hour. And then the instructions are you scan of open PRs and review the ones that need attention, and point out that follows the evaluation criteria, like do you have test, security, correctness, style, like decision logic on how to do that, so that you put your own criteria on this reviewer, and it would like communicate back, and then when the developer comes back, it can see that it's missing tests and it will add it. So let's add the reviewer to see what it tells the developer what is wrong with this PR. We created it. And then that should create, let me get pods. That should be, well, we need to wait 10 minutes, but we can like accelerate it by creating a job right away. So if we look at the command here to dispatch one of these jobs, let me look down here for the developer. For the reviewer, I can launch one off of that job that it got created, because there's a cron job, right? If you look at the cron job, it's just there. It's not have launched yet. I don't want to wait 10 minutes. So if I launch it, let me see, namespace, server not found, create job, cloud reviewer. 08. Yeah, now it got created. And then let's look at the pods, right? Let's look at the pods, and 7 seconds, right? So now the reviewer is there, and then a new pod got created. So we go back here to the pull request, and we should have a message after. Only one message, and then you see my face because I'm using my personal access token with a closed private repo. You should also do that. That's why you're going to see my face, and like as a developer and as the agent, but not a pod. But in production, you will create a one there. So let me refresh, and or if not, we'll pause, and then we'll come back like right away. Oh, it's already approved. Code review approved. so it looks like there's no need for tasks. In this case, it's not logic, it's just a link. So that's okay. So it says code approve, merging, it passed all the things, and then it should be launching. Let me see. Is launching the website. We'll give it, let me pause and we'll come back in 1 second. So I can show you the final link to see if it works. So it looks like it took a minute to deploy. So let me refresh to see if we get our GitHub. So it added the GitHub on the top and it added the GitHub at the bottom, right? So if you click on it, it opens the GitHub URL that we gave it. So yay, the demo worked. I tested it a few times and it's working. Just to show you one final thing is go ahead and download the repo, or if Raj has time, he can show some of the YAML files. The important one is this RGD template, right? That is going to create a proxy config, a server config, and the sandbox template. So the sandbox template has things like network policy that is managed or unmanaged if you want to use something like Cilium or ECAS auto mode, application network policies that you can like block on certain domain names, the volumes if you want to use cloud storage like S3 or any other providers for the volumes, and then the template where we put the init containers, but the main container has the cloud code inside, or any of the harness that you need. So that's basically, and the last thing is the worm pool that you create with the number of replicas that you pass in. So you create these CRDs in your system. Just to show you that it's true, we can say k get CRDs, and as you can see, here are my CRDs that I created about cloud code. This is the abstraction that I can create. I can also like call it generic agent, and then one of the fields could be like, what do I want? Like I want Kiro, I want cloud code, I want codecs, I want open code, like any type of harness that I want to use. In this case, I use cloud code. It's very popular. And it's running on Kubernetes. It should run on any Kubernetes cloud provider, on premise, on Kind cluster. I hope you like the demo and keep in touch. Follow us in LinkedIn